Hello there, I'm Aldrahill and welcome to another Civilization V tips and tricks video. Today we're going to be focusing on giving you the 3 best ways to cheese a deity victory in single player. Maybe you want to get that achievement, maybe you just want to trump the AI and finally get that deity victory. Well, I'm going to show you the 3 best civilization and map combos that will allow you to destroy the AI and get that sweet achievement. So let's get started. First up is the Inca. The Inca receive a great bonus when there are tons of hills and mountains around, because they ignore terrain costs when moving onto hills. Alongside this, maintenance costs for improvements don't exist for them, so roads are free on hills. Basically, as long as there are tons of hills everywhere, they can move everywhere and save a ton of cash. Alongside this, their terrace farm unique improvement puts 2 extra food on an individual hill tile, with an additional food for every adjacent mountain. So, if you start on Highlands map and change it to ranges, which will allow long stretches, or decently long stretches of mountains, but still open valleys in between for more resources to occur, with dense density, that's a funny way of saying it. And what ends up happening is you get a crazy good start, and I'll just show you now. So, this is a pretty good example of the kind of thing you can get when you start Inca on Highlands. As you can see, there are a ton of hills all over the map. There are these quite long mountain ranges and lots of little choke points that allows you to defend against early AI rush aggression. I've started in a pretty decent spot in the fact that most of the AI is really far away from me. But got some over here, over there, and a couple AI over here. Got this whole area to myself, so I'm able to claim the very best spots. And as you can see, besides the fact that I got a crap ton of really nice luxuries, these tiles here are ridiculously valuable. 3 food, 2 production, because they're adjacent to mountains, is just so strong. And so you end up with incredibly powerful, very high pop cities. Now, we were able to, because of our ridiculous population lead, we were actually able to get a decent literacy advantage earlier in the early game. However, we've fallen behind because I stopped focusing on it and started going towards war and screwing around a little bit. And we took Venice recently. And this probably is going to propel us to win the game from here. We can likely get a very easy science victory by continuing to grow our cities, gain extra science, and just basically be awesome. Because it is quite difficult to do a domination victory in this because of how far away cities are, because they don't really get a chance to settle many cities, and they have to be quite close because of the mountain ranges. But it is incredibly strong as the Inca because you can make fantastic cities. Next up on the awesome OP deity strats is Elizabeth on an archipelago map. Archipelago. The Elizabeth on the archipelago map is a ridiculously strong one, and is possibly the strongest of this list because of the sheer craziness of it. And this is probably the easiest way to achieve a deity domination victory. Archipelago puts you on a map with very tiny islands with absolutely tons of water, allowing Elizabeth to use her unique ship of the line upgrade from frigates to just destroy everything. I turned sea level up to high to make land very small and make sea just the majority of the world. You can also fiddle with some of the things. I turned down the city-states, maybe down to 12 from the original 15 of standard maps, so as to ensure there's a bit more land to settle, because in this kind of map you're going to have very little to settle. I'll show you now the kind of thing you can achieve with Elizabeth on an archipelago map. And here is an example of the OP-ness of England on an archipelago map. This is actually quite an old game from before I was the amazing Civ player that I am today. And I had very little iron, meaning I only am able to produce 2 ship of the lines, and I'm only just starting to conquer people on turn 216. But I should absolutely have done this, and I could have done it a lot earlier. And in future games, if you want to try and do this, this is the kind of thing you'll generate. Small chains of islands, pretty resource dense. I might suggest turning on strategic balance to ensure you get some kind of iron near your capital, so that you can bloody well get some ship of the lines when it comes to it. But pretty strong cities. They're not amazing, but we should be able to completely destroy Honolulu and the Huns very quickly. As soon as I get a source of more iron, I could easily trade with any of the other AI, get some more iron, and then build more ship of the lines and go take Honolulu and basically just destroy the world using ship of the lines. And that's the strength of England. Just ship of the line spam, because they are so much stronger than frigates. And you can just take basically any capital because they're almost always guaranteed to be on the coast because of the map type. This one is really, really cheesy. So, you know, if you do it, you should probably feel bad about yourself. But it is so strong. And finally, what you might not expect, the Huns on Great Plains. The reason why this one is so particularly strong is the Huns' unique unit, the battering ram, which is an upgrade to the spearman that does something like 30 times the damage to cities or something stupid like that. Build 2 of these in a bronze working rush, and then very quickly find the nearest capital of an enemy civ and just take it. Take as many capitals as you can. And what it does is it knocks out cities very early and allows you to gain their really, really valuable starts. Because it is Deity, they will start with 2 cities and extra troops, but if you can take some kind of archer cover, you can absolutely make some serious plays. So I can give you a little demonstration of what I mean. And here is an example of what we can do with the Huns on a plains map. So the Great Frontier Plains map generates a lot of flat land and a lot of pasture resources, including cattle and sheep. Now, the Huns have a special ability that gives them additional production per pasture resource, and food and cattle obviously are very, very valuable. If you also manage to grab the Pantheon that gives you extra culture from pastures, you can make a really, really good start. Now, I've done IG, so it's obviously not a game in progress and reveal the map to you, but this is the kind of thing that you can do if you do it cleverly. Obviously, with Deity, they're going to have more military units than you, and that is going to be a problem. Look at this. Very quickly, you can just take a city. Look at that. Very, very quickly, you can take a capital. I spawned an extra couple battering rams just to demonstrate, but you genuinely need 2. Literally just 2. And maybe 1 archer unit to try and shoot down some of their starting warriors, because Deity AI, they start with 2 settlers, a worker, like 3 warriors, and an archer. Or 2 workers, actually. So having 2 battering rams and an archer is genuinely all you need. And look at that. Very suddenly, you just completely destroy a capital. And you can very, very quickly do that. Because of the fact that it's plains, you're going to be able to traverse the map very quickly. So I could get down to Beijing and take their city in about 9 turns. And not only does that remove a civilization from the game, it also gives you their awesome, awesome start. So like these guys, like they got gold, incense. Okay, I already have incense, but that gives me access to gold and a really, look at this. This is actually really good. River, hills. It's not on a hill, but oh well. Some wheat nearby, iron, cow. It's great. There's loads of cows. Beijing, it's not amazing, but look, you got farms, you got cattle, horses, cotton. That's nice. So this can give you a great early advantage. It will make everyone hate you, but as long as you keep up this forward momentum and get the ball rolling, you can seriously just destroy the game from there on and snowball. So, I hope you enjoyed that tip to try and cheese an easy Deity victory and get that delicious achievement. I know, some people may not think that's, you know, a particularly wholesome thing to do, but sometimes you just gotta do it, man. Sometimes you just gotta get that achievement. You gotta get it. You gotta get it and you gotta win. And you'll say, you got Deity. And you'll feel good about yourself and your life will be fulfilled. So we'll be making more tips and tricks for Civ 5 in future videos. Next time, we'll be focusing on a very nice way to cheese terror victories. That is, games with a terror map, generating a new world continent using Spain. So make sure you tune in for that. I was Alger and I'll continue to be, and this has been Civilization 5 Tips and Tricks. Hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe if you want to find more Civ 5 tips and Let's Plays. And I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.